You've spent your entire life trying to please others, haven't you? Since you were a little girl, you were taught to smile when you felt like crying, to apologize even when you weren't wrong, to lower your head so you wouldn't be called difficult, to accept crumbs of attention so you wouldn't be labeled ungrateful. And do you know what's most cruel about all of this? They made you believe this was love, that this was what it meant to be a good woman. Simone de Beauvoir said that a woman is not born ready, she is shaped by fear, by guilt, and by the expectations of others. And that's why you feel so tired. So empty, so lost, even when you try to hide it behind a smile. You grew up hearing that you should be gentle, patient, understanding. That you should forgive, smile, love without limits. But no one taught you to love yourself. No one taught you how to say no. No one taught you that your freedom is more important than the approval of people who can't even see who you truly are. You were taught to stay quiet so you wouldn't cause conflict, to swallow your anger so you wouldn't be called dramatic, to bury your dreams so you wouldn't look selfish. But deep down, there's a voice inside of you that is tired of living like this. A voice that whispers to you in the silence of the night when you lay your head on the pillow and ask yourself, when will I start living my own life? Simone de Beauvoir would say that freedom is not something given to you, it's something you conquer the moment you decide to stop accepting roles that were never yours to play. You don't have to keep being the good girl that everyone expects you to be. You don't have to keep accepting crumbs of love, crumbs of attention, crumbs of respect. You don't have to keep silencing your own voice just to fit into a life that doesn't make you happy. Because as long as you keep living to be accepted, you will continue to feel that emptiness inside you, even when everything looks fine on the outside, even when you try to convince yourself that everything is okay. That I know you are afraid. Afraid of losing people. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of being alone. Afraid of being rejected. But what you don't realize is that the worst kind of loneliness is the one you feel when you are surrounded by people and still feel invisible. The worst kind of loneliness is the one that eats you from the inside every time you say yes, when you want to say no, every time you stay silent when you want to scream, every time you erase yourself so others can feel comfortable around you. Simone would say this is not the life you deserve. And you know that, you deserve to be heard. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be loved for who you are, not for the role you play for others. But to have that, you need to choose your freedom, even if it means losing people who are not ready to love your truest version. You need to choose your peace, even if it means disappointing those who are used to your submission. You need to choose your life, even if it scares you at first. Because the fear of being who you truly are will never be greater than the pain of living a life that doesn't belong to you. Simone de Beauvoir believed that a woman must free herself from the invisible chains that society places upon her. And those chains begin to break the moment you decide to listen to yourself. The moment you decide to be honest with yourself. The moment you look in the mirror and say, I am ready to choose myself. And that is not selfishness. That is self-love. That is respect. That is freedom. Because when you start choosing yourself, you begin to recover the parts of you that have been asleep, the parts of you that were suffocated just to fit into the mold of who others wanted you to be. And I know it's not easy. I know there will be days when you want to give up, days when you will feel guilty, days when you will want to go back to your old role just to avoid the discomfort of being who you truly are. But I also know that inside of you, there is a strength you have not yet discovered. A strength that is waiting for the moment when you will finally say, I will not abandon myself anymore. That strength is your essence, it is who you truly are, without masks, without roles, without fear. And if you've made it this far, it's because that strength is already waking up inside of you. It's because there is a part of you that is tired of merely surviving and wants to start living. It's because you are ready to stop asking for permission to be who you are. Simone de Beauvoir would say that the first step toward freedom is awareness. And you've just taken that step now, by recognizing that you no longer want to live a life of pretending, by admitting to yourself that you deserve more than you have been receiving. And I know you may feel lost right now, not knowing where to start. But start small. Start by saying no when you want to say no. Start setting boundaries. Start listening to what your body and mind are trying to tell you. Start distancing yourself from people who make you feel small. Start getting closer to those who respect your voice. Every small step counts. Every choice you make for your freedom matters. And every time you choose yourself, you honor the woman you are becoming. You are not alone on this journey. Other women are waking up too. They are tired of living to please others, and they are ready to break the cycle of submission. And together, we are stronger. Together, we can remind ourselves every day that freedom is our right, not a favor we have to beg for. Simone de Beauvoir said there is no limit to what a woman can achieve once she decides to own herself. And now, it is your turn to decide. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because in the next videos, we will walk together to understand why you stay in relationships that hurt you, how to heal the emotional wounds that keep you From moving forward, and how to use Simone de Beauvoir's philosophy to build a life where you are the main character, not a background extra. A life where you do not just exist for others but live for yourself. You no longer need to walk alone. The time has come to choose your freedom, and I will be here with you, step by step, on this path back to yourself.